For nearly 10 years, the world's top spy agencies, billions in surveillance, and every trick of modern intelligence failed to find one man. Osama bin Laden disappeared, leaving only hushed rumors and burn marks from messages passed by trusted couriers. This is not a story of instant breakthroughs. It is a decade-long hunt built on doubt, missed signals, and a single name that surfaced from the chaos. What finally pointed the CIA to one unremarkable compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan? And why did everything depend on a shadow who walked its walls? After escaping Tora Bora in late 2001, Osama bin Laden rewrote his own rulebook for survival. Gone were the satellite phones and radio calls that once gave US intelligence a fighting chance. He vanished into a world without digital footprints, no email, no phone, no traceable signals. Even his closest lieutenants rarely saw him in person. Instead, every message, every order, every update traveled through a small circle of hand-picked couriers. These men carried information on foot or by car, crossing borders and mountains, blending into crowds. Their identities were tightly guarded, known only to a handful of trusted insiders. For years, the most sophisticated surveillance tools used by the CIA scanned the airwaves and combed through data, but found only silence. Bin Laden's adaptation turned technology into a dead end. Finding him meant finding a human link, a courier who knew where he slept each night. The first real thread appeared in the interrogation rooms. Starting in 2002, analysts noticed one alias, Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, surfacing again and again in detainee accounts. He was not described as a commander or a strategist, but as a courier trusted by bin Laden himself. Yet every mention came with a cloud of uncertainty. Some detainees insisted he was dead. Others supplied decoy names, muddying the water with deliberate misinformation. For years, analysts chased these false trails, piecing together scraps from hundreds of hours of questioning. The pattern held. Whenever the topic turned to bin Laden's communication, al-Kuwaiti's name returned, never quite fading away. Analysts debated whether this was a real person or just a myth designed to throw them off. From 2002 through 2004, the CIA spent years trying to confirm if this courier even existed, tracking rumors across borders, checking each new lead against a growing file of contradictions. It was a fragile hypothesis, one name in a sea of doubt. In August 2010, surveillance teams tracked Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti to a walled compound on the edge of Abbottabad. The building stood out immediately. Its perimeter walls reached up to 18 feet, topped with barbed wire, far higher than anything nearby. The house itself was 3 stories tall, larger than any other home in the neighborhood, but with few windows facing out. There were no phone lines or internet cables running to the property. Residents burned their trash inside the compound, never placing it outside for collection, breaking with local custom. Electricity flowed from the city grid, but the lack of other utilities raised eyebrows. Over weeks of observation, analysts noted a tall man walking in circles inside the courtyard, never stepping beyond the walls. He became known as the Pacer. No one could say for certain who he was, but his routines, constant and cautious, hinted at someone with everything to lose. Each odd detail added weight to the possibility that this house was hiding more than just a family. Inside the CIA, consensus proved elusive. Some analysts reviewing the evidence from Abbottabad estimated there was a 60 to 80% chance that bin Laden was inside the compound. Their confidence rested on the courier's movements, the compound's unusual features, and the daily routines of the unseen resident. Others warned the case was built on circumstantial details: no photographs, no intercepted conversations, no DNA. Dissent played out in formal assessments and closed-door meetings. One side pressed for action, convinced the pattern of life matched bin Laden's habits too closely to ignore. The other side cautioned that the risks went far beyond intelligence failure. A mistaken raid could violate Pakistani sovereignty, spark diplomatic fallout, and cost innocent lives. The debate was not just technical, but ethical and strategic. In the end, the intelligence was presented as judgment, not certainty. It was a gamble weighed in percentages, not absolutes, with every outcome carrying its own consequences. Airstrikes were ruled out almost immediately. Dropping bombs on the Abbottabad compound might have been safer for the operators. It would have left only rubble. There would have been no way to confirm if Osama bin Laden had ever been there. The risk of killing innocent families and igniting a diplomatic firestorm with Pakistan weighed heavily on the planners. The president and his advisors agreed. Proof mattered more than spectacle. The mission would be a ground raid, designed for stealth and precision, not destruction. SEAL Team 6 rehearsed every step in full-scale replicas built on American soil, memorizing the layout and preparing for every unknown. The plan assumed Osama bin Laden might not be inside. Every contingency was mapped out, from capturing occupants to escaping if Pakistani forces intervened. The objective was clear: enter quietly, identify the target beyond doubt, and leave with evidence. At every level, the operation was shaped by restraint, a calculated gamble taken with eyes wide open to the possibility of failure. Today, intelligence faces even quieter threats, often hidden in plain sight. Trust and error remain inseparable. One misjudged loyalty can still redraw the lines between secrecy, safety, and history.